Star. And what is the headline on the front page of a Star is this: why dead voters could rise from the grave to vote. Why dead voters could rise from the grave to vote. Verification could face legal hurdles as the law requires the audit to be conducted 6 months to the general election. This story on page 4 and 5 of the Star. And on top there, the flag reads, flawed. It has failed to secure independent firm to audit register. We'll give you details of this also in our story much later in the course of the program. Mudavadi men in bitter war with UDA over running mates. Mudavadi men in bitter war with UDA over running mates. And as I mentioned earlier, that statement tripped off the tongue of Madura Member of Parliament, Gachagua Rigathi, in an interview yesterday where he revealed that, of course, the decision is cast in stone. They know who is the running mate. He will come from Mount Kenya, and also the presidential candidate of their choice from the coalition is known as well as, of course, Deputy President William Ruto. And this has sparked around and, of course, a storm within the Kenya Kwanza coalition. We shall also be slicing and dicing this with the panelists this morning. But you can see a picture here. They're being welcomed, of course, in the U.S. there. Deputy President William Ruto there exchanging pleasantries and being given a warm reception in the U.S. NYS corruption suspect Gathi guilty in 105 million shillings IBC tender case is another story you can follow on page 9 of the Star this morning. Price of wheat, flour could rise over Ukraine war. Remember, we import a lot of wheat from Russia, and that is bound also to affect our stock as well. That is the Star for you. People Daily up next, and this is what you're waking up to on the front page of the People Daily. Running mate position rattles Ruto coalition is a splash. Who is fooling who? Who is fooling whom? That is a probing question there. Cleophas Malala he says, quote unquote, segmenting the country into Mount Kenya, Western Coast, et al. Is not the vision of Kenya Kwanza. And Rigathi Gachagua saying, as far as I'm concerned, that is the statement he said yesterday, as far as I'm concerned, Ruto is our presidential candidate and other things will follow. The running mate will come from the mountain at an appropriate time. Ballot 2022. DP Allah's declaration that the Deputy President's post is a preserve of Mount Kenya and neither Mudavadi nor Wetangula will be considered for the office draws sharp protest. You can follow the story on page 4 of the People Daily this morning. As I mentioned, we were supposed to have also Rigathi Gachagua on the show as well, but since we had this pronouncement yesterday is greatly shy to join the conversation. All right, Kenyans in war-torn Ukraine flee to Poland is another story you can follow inside the People Daily this morning. Safaricom Ethiopia builds 34 billion shillings war chest to boost expansion is another story for you as well. Big man features again in Gishero bribery case. Fourth witness tells ICC hearing that lawyer made reference to Mkubwa. That story inside the People Daily this morning. All right, let's buckle down to some business and we see what the Business Daily is holding for us. And this is what you're waking up to on the front page of the Business Daily. State to reveal names, homes of tender tycoons. That is a story that you want to follow inside the Business Daily today. State to reveal names, homes of tender tycoons. But what does it give out as the main story? Government to make public personal data of secret investors whose firms secure contracts under new rules for procurement watchdog. The state will start making public the names, residential addresses, and occupation of secret shareholders in companies that clinch tenders in ministries and parastatals. That story continues on page 4 of the Business Daily this morning. Also, Kenya to host one of Africa's 2 giant data hubs is another story that you can follow also on the front page of the Business Daily. Costly imports as shilling hits new all-time low is also a disconcerting story there that you can follow inside page 5 of the Business Daily this morning. Allow me to whip up also the East African for you, just getting to see what the region is. The East African looks like this week. Kenya is concerned over Somalia oil bid. This is what we have as a splash there. Uhuru officials say, although Farmajo has annulled exploration deal to a U.S. firm, they are watching over the disputed region. And this story is on page 4 and 5 of the East African this morning. This is how it looks for you. Did Muhoozi concede Rwandan rebels could be on Uganda soil? Another question there. And also, East African nationals ready to leave battered Kiev? That is the current state of play as far as the war is concerned in Ukraine. We head over now to Rwanda, where we have the New Times for us. I'll give you the New Times briefly. This is what is on the front page of the New Times in Rwanda. MTN, Airtel, Momo services to be integrated on March the 15th. This is expected to be a major shot in the arm to the cashless drive. And you have the story on page 2 of the New Times as well. That is the New Times for you. Also, private schools urged to embrace school feeding. And you can see students here at Groupe Scolaire Ayabaraya in Kisukiro district having a meal during a lunchtime on Monday, February the 20th. That was yesterday. And how can EAC countries reduce intra-regional air transport costs? All that details, you have them on page 4 of the New Times this morning. This is the New Times for you briefly, and I will show you briefly the editorial cartoons as well. All right, let's continue the conversation. I'll be remiss if we also don't look at these dailies and engage our panelists, especially what is on the front page of the Standard this morning. And this is the headline on the front page of the Standard. And just to engage Dan Mazo on this, because you've been very categorical previously regarding Kalonzo Musyoka. And this are some of the demands they're making. We just want to hear from you the demands that they're making so far, not, you know, a party to party, but a coalition to coalition agreement. And you're not rolling back. Why aren't you rolling back? And yet you can see also from those demands that you want also the post of the vice president.
Yes, we were first of all awaiting for the NDCs of Jubilee and ODM, which they have done, and there was a proposal of a three-legged stool whereby OCA, whose parties also have conducted their NDCs, and then Azimio, or largely ODM, and then the new Jubilee Party, or a rejuvenated Jubilee Party. And therefore, those three were to enter into a coalition, yes, whereby we expected that they'll go into a coalition as equal partners. And at the same time, none of them were to come with conditions as to a presidential candidate, but the three of them to be able to agree on a presidential candidate. Bearing our history with the ODM, we've already had an agreement that whether the Honorable Raila Odinga won or did not win in 2017, 2022, he was going to support the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka. We had worked for him for 10 years, and this time round, it was time for the Honorable Raila Odinga to, you know, to be good to us too, because we really have supported him to the man. And I want to say that Wiper Party, which is now part of OCA, is a national party with members of parliament from all over Kenya. We've got a member of Kisauni is a member in Kisii. We've also got Honorable Momanyi. You know, in right Mashako, from Taita Taveta, all over the country we've got members of parliament, we've got MCS, and now that in Oka we have come together with the Honorable Martha Karua and NAC Kenya, which is a very well organized party, and quite a number of partners in Oka who are strong. Now you've seen the coming in of Gatundu, member of parliament, Gatundu South member of parliament, who has also got...
but what is the game plan with Moses Kuria joining OCA?
Moses Kuria has been building a political party for Central Kenya, so that Central Kenya as a province has a party they can negotiate into coalitions with. You see, every political party as its background, as where it comes from. And that assures the people of a stakeholder in formation of government, because political parties are formed to form government and coalitions are formed to form government. Clearly in Kenya, the future is coalitions. That's why ODM on its own cannot survive. ODM on its own cannot survive. UDA on its own cannot survive. That's why they ended up forming Kenya Kwisha. Because to come up with a coalition, initially they had said they would never. You have to crack your party. You have to dissolve your party, and end up into UDA. But soon they realized you need to be in a coalition. That's why they look for the political parties originating from. That's why they looked for Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula.
Thank you.
So the future is coalitions in the country.
The future is coalition, as it were. But you want to react also on that particular headline? The Standard?
The Standard.